What's going on, Bearhandians? Bearhands here, bringing you an interesting deck, something similar to what we've played before. We like to call it the Frankenstein deck. A lot of electricity, bringing things up from the grave. With the graveyard and the ice golem, we're still using the zap spell and the elite barbarians, regardless of the nerf. Archers received a nerf as well as the ice golem, and that's okay. We're still going to use them. They didn't get nerfed into oblivion. The Electro Wizard got a buff, you could say. It should live through a fireball if they're tournament standards or equal level moving up from there, and that is incredibly helpful, especially for this deck. If you throw the Electro Wizard in the back, they throw a fireball at it, and it doesn't die, and then you get that Ice Golem Graveyard combo going with an Electro Wizard behind it, it is a powerhouse to be reckoned with. What we'll do is we'll jump into a couple of replays, as is the custom, probably just 2, and then we'll jump into some live games, see if we can't get some sweet plays, maybe some awesome tornado plays, now that I've busted the tornado back into my decks. Let's jump into some games, though, and we'll show you how this deck is played. Okay, this first game here against Atreyu? Interesting name. He's kind of playing with a bait cycle miner deck, I guess you could say. Maybe not so much bait, but he's running the log in the miner, which can really chip some damage on that tower. I'm going to go ahead and, because of my start, I'm going to go ahead and throw down Elite Barbarians to split, which I don't like starting off with that, but sometimes you just I just feel like your hand gets kind of forced to play that as a starting hand. And check out our starting play here. Graveyard is going to bring that tower all the way down to 218 because he kind of threw his Graveyard Killer, his minions, over on the left-hand side. So we were able to switch sides with the Graveyard. And now I feel really comfortable defending against a lot of combinations with the Tornado spell. And we're able to go ahead and throw down our Electro Wizard here, get some damage off on that Musketeer. And now he has to answer this, or else his tower was going down, and those minions, we barely zapped them a little bit too late, and the minions end up cleaning that up. Level 12 minions are hefty, and we got the tower down to 141. Now, we don't have an instant damage card, but the Graveyard could pretty comfortably get that first tower out if they have less than 200 health, okay? It'd be a shame if you couldn't. He does some nice... He's just kind of throwing spells to take care of those Elite Barbarians, and it barely misses getting to the tower. And then he's going to go ahead and throw down his Musketeer. So I feel like this game is pretty much in hand. You do not want to rush with a Graveyard deck, okay? It's not worth rushing. And I know I've said this before, but keep in mind, when the Graveyard is facing the King Tower and their one remaining Crown Tower, it's very weak. It's got 2 towers against it. And it just does not shine in that moment. It shines in taking out that first tower before there are 2 towers shooting at it, okay? And so really, ideally, you defend really, really well throughout the beginning, and then you get that tower out near overtime. And a lot of decks are like that. This one in particular, the Graveyard just does better getting the first tower. Now, he comes in here with his... miner. I really wish I had thought to do the King Pop with the miner there, pull it over to the King Tower, because it was definitely in range to get that. And he throws the log down here, but the tower's locked onto the Ice Golem, and the Elite Barbarians are going to be able to get to that tower and take it out. Here comes his miner. Now check it out. Miner is all the way over on the right-hand side, and if you check out our King Pop video on the Tornado, you can see there are really only 2 tiles that the Miner can be in to avoid that Tornado pull. So we pull it over, activate the King's Tower, kind of add insult to injury on him trying to get this tower out here, and check out the Electro Wizard not dying for the Fireball. Is going to die to the log, though, unfortunately. All we need to do is defend here, and that's pretty simple at this point. He does get some serious damage off on the tower, but I was just kind of messing around, throwing stuff over on the left-hand side. Probably should have just focused down on defending as best I could. But very good game. Atreyu, great game. Just felt on point that game. It was good. All right, we've got an interesting game here against Douglas Diaz. He is playing with an all-air deck. Now, shortly after playing another all-air deck against the level 12, I lost miserably, and I really think the reason it was is because his Fireball was taking out our Electro Wizard. He had a balloon, and when your archers can be fireballed or your Electro Wizard can be fireballed, and then you only really have one other solid defensive card to take care of the Lava Hound and the balloon, you really suffer. And so if he fireballs out the Electro Wizard and it doesn't die, the balloon gets shut down hard. And so we're going to see in this game, look at the Electro Wizard stalling the Mega Minion, okay? It's going to stop the Mega Minion from taking out the Electro Wizard quicker, and unfortunately it is going to get a hit off on the tower there. But that's okay. We obliterated his right-hand tower with the Ice Golem with the Ice Golem Graveyard combination over on the right-hand side, because he invested so much elixir with the Lava Hound. And so I'm kind of anticipating him throwing down the Lava Hound again on the same side. And what we're going to do, just going to defend here. Play nice and defensive. I wanted to rush his King Tower at this point, but I decided, you know what? I wasn't really sure what the elixir was looking like there, so we just play really defensive. Go ahead and throw the Ice Golem down. Happy that I played defensive, because here comes the balloon. Balloon's drawn to the cannon there, and our archer is going to be able to shoot at the balloon. He decides to take out the archer, which was an interesting play, but the Electro Wizard's then going to shut down this push almost completely. A little bit of chip damage there on the tower. And check this out. Let's go ahead and save the Electro Wizard, throw down an Ice Golem, and look at that. Able to get a little bit more chip damage on his left-hand tower there, and bring that Mega Minion down to half health. So, like I said, if the Fireball is not over-leveled in comparison, it is really powerful. It's similar to a Musketeer. If it's got just a sliver of health left, it still does a ton. Now check this out. He throws down his Lava Hound here, and then we just are rushing, just pushing to get into that King Tower. And look at this. His minions just barely die. Our Electro Wizard is stalling the King's Tower long enough. At this point, I was no longer paying attention to his King's Tower and just trying to defend. And that archer, one stray arrow, taking the tower out, giving us the 3 crown. A nice shutdown for an air deck. Electro Wizard Archers is no joke when it's defending, and if you place that cannon to where you can draw the balloon, you can defend really well against the lava balloon deck that's out there right now. Just feeling really great about this deck play style. It's something I'm very comfortable with, though. You may not be used to the graveyard, and really truly, I know I'm kind of throwing it down early in the games here, but you just need to be patient with the graveyard and know when to play it and how to use the tornado in conjunction with it to give you some excellent combinations and victories. Time for some live games. Let's go ahead and jump right into some live games. We've got Jewy. And a start that I am not fond of. I don't like this start. I'm actually going to just throw down the cannon. As much as I hate that as a start, we're going to throw down the cannon. He's going to throw down the Musketeer, and then I am going to split archers. That puts us behind an elixir by 2. Let's go ahead and throw down Elite Barbarians, even though the Musketeer here is going to deal some serious damage. We don't want too much damage. And I was going to throw the Graveyard, but like I said, best to be really defensive with the Graveyard. Now that I know that he's a Royal Giant deck, best that I keep my cannon in hand. Don't let that happen again. And I like this combination here. Let's go ahead and Electro Wizard and Graveyard. He's going to wish he had his log here in just a second. Check out the damage to that tower. With the Electro Wizard stalling the tower, and look at, that's just like multitasking right there in its finest. Whew. Bringing the tower all the way down to 1,000, and now we're a little bit more prepared for the Royal Giant Musketeer combination here. And yes, our Elite Barbarian is clipping the Musketeer there. Nice fireball on his part, but he is only going to get about 2 swings off on our tower, and we have a nice advantage. We just need to make sure... Oh, that's just beautiful. I know they've been nerfed, but they're still really, really strong. Really, really strong. Now, his ideal situation here is to push our right-hand side. But I'm going to split archers nonetheless. And then, go ahead and Ice Golem Graveyard. Force him to answer this. He's going to Furnace again. And then throw down Barbarians, which is an interesting play. Let's go ahead with our Electro Wizard over here. Those Barbarians really get hurt there. Okay. Let's go ahead and Elite Barbarian. I should have thrown that down sooner. Zap. We don't want those. We don't want those Fire Spirits taking out our Elite Barbarians. And yes, we get a hit off there. All right, check out the trick here. Once the tower locks on to the first Fire Spirit, you throw the Ice Golem down, and then it only soaks one hit there. I'm wasting Elixir. That is really, really horrible playing. All right, Elite Barbarians. Cannon. Log. Probably shouldn't have played the log quite yet. Best to play the log after the cannon has died, but we stalled out the game with that. That's just a little insight, maybe a little earlier in the game. Don't tornado the stuff away from the cannon. I'm realizing my mistake after I made it. If you tornado the Royal Giant back away from the cannon, even though you're preventing it from getting hits on the cannon isn't shooting it. So better to have it sit there shooting the cannon while the cannon shoots it, and then once the cannon dies, tornado it away so it doesn't get hits on your King Tower while your Elite Barbarians continue to slice and dice it to pieces. Yes. Yes. All right. Sean the Don. Good luck. Thanks. Good luck. Again, starting hand that I don't like. I really prefer to have the Electro Wizard or the Archers in my starting hand. I'm going to split Elite Barbarians. He's going to Fireball. I'm going to Graveyard. And go ahead and zap. Oh, interesting. That's a nice counter for him, and it looks like we're playing against the zap-bait deck, unfortunately. Here probably comes Miner. Let's just play Archers and go ahead and clean up these minions here. He's going to throw down a Furnace. I'm going to be honest, I really don't like the Furnace. Just don't really like it. Not one bit. All right, he's going to log. I'm going to throw down the cannon just to be defensive at this point. Figure out just what he's packing in that deck of his. Interesting. Okay. We kind of got a little spell happy there. Does he have a mirror? Good. Deal some damage to that Furnace. Alright, now, Ice Golem, Graveyard. And what I would like to see is his minion horde. So let's go ahead and Tornado. Or not. Nice log. Very, very nice log combination. And actually, what I probably should have done there was wait. Wait on the Tornado and use it on his Goblin Barrel, because that would give me a nice... That would have given me a nice combination. If I had my King's Tower activated, it would give me a nice defense against this kind of deck. Electro Wizard's going to shut down the Inferno Tower, and then still get a hit off on his tower, which is nice. Alright, I'd like to just play a little aggressive here. Uh-huh. Okay, there's that. Very well playing on his part. Very well playing on his part. Let's go ahead and get our Archers down. Tornado. Come on, get him over there. Get him over there. Oh! Okay, we still activated it, but we took a ton of damage. So his Fireball is going to be able to take that out. And now let's go for the Gusto here. Oh, no! Graveyard is down. His Fireball is going to decimate that stuff there. We're going to go ahead and zap anyways to see if we can get some more hits off on the tower, and it doesn't look like it. Looks like this zap-bait deck is going to bring us down. I think his Fireball can kill us. Well, it certainly can kill us now. Let's go ahead and throw down this. He's just cycling around to the Fireball, and good game. Well played. Definitely played a little too rushy there. What was happening was I was throwing Elite Barbarians down into Skeleton Army, and he also had Minion Horde. So what I needed was the Ice Golem in front of the Elite Barbarians, and then I also needed my Tornado Zap spell ready, which was really hard to do when he's playing with a Goblin Barrel deck. And so just kind of felt like I was A, out of rotation with my stuff and not playing it correctly, and B, really not defending against the Goblin Barrel very well. And do you see, I threw the Electro Wizard down, and then they didn't die, and I panicked, and I threw down my Zap spell, and that was definitely a misplay. Better to soak a little bit of damage at that point, let the Electro Wizard clean it up, then throw down 2 more Elixir. That didn't end up killing the one Goblin, really. It just didn't save me enough for me to play it. All right, Boppy. Boppy from Grumpy Teasers. Let's see what you got. We have the Electro Wizard Archers. So this is the ideal start, in my opinion. I like splitting the Archers in the back. This is a level 12. Okay, so let's try and make sure that he doesn't get out of hand over on this side. So let's get our Electro Wizard down. Electro Wizard is going to fry this, and then we're going to zap. Okay. And now what we can do is Ice Golem, Archers. And that's really going to help kind of shut all of this down here. And I'm going to soak a little bit of damage, but that's okay. We're more prepared for the Lava Hound now. What did he defend there? What did he defend on that side with? He does have the Tombstone. So let's Electro Wizard back here. Okay, there's the Tombstone. I'm just gonna throw the Graveyard and the Tornado, and then zap. And then the Electro Wizard is not going to be targeted because I reset the tower, and he is actually... Oh, man, that would have been great if he got another hit off on the tower, but that was nice, okay? So I felt good about that. What we want to do is play really defensive at this point. He's then going to throw down his Lava Hound. So what I'm going to do is throw a cannon here in case he's got Balloon. And then I'm going to throw down the Electro Wizard in the back. Then Ice Golem Archers. And then watch this. As they near the cannon, we're going to pull all this back. Check it out. The Electro Wizard does not die. And then we're going to zap here. And then Electro Wizard. Boom. Go ahead and throw down a Graveyard here. Resets the tower with the Electro Wizard, which is exactly what we want. Let's get the cannon back down. Get this and this. Great. Now, pull this away. Throw down a little tank here. Get the Ice Golem here. Zap. All we need is one more hit on that tower. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get the Archers down. All we need to just do is defend against this. We need to defend against the Balloon. Get back around to our zap spell. Go ahead and pull this here. Throw down the Electro Wizard and then zap that tower out. And that was a really close call because in reality, he could have gotten that Balloon down and snuck in that win. But we were kind of pressuring enough to where he didn't have that Elixir to do so. And I felt really good about that game. Kind of knew exactly what I needed to do to get the win, and we executed it pretty decently. Maybe a little sloppy. Maybe a little bit sloppy. But that's the idea. You get that Electro Wizard down, you get that cannon, you get those Archers down, create that big half moon there so he can't fireball the Archers and the Electro Wizard. Biggest mistake you could do is clump those together. That would be atrocious, okay? And another thing that I really like to do, I don't know if any of the replays had it, but when you throw that Graveyard down, if you have enough to pull all of the defensive cards that they play to the front of their tower so that your Electro Wizard or Archers deals damage to them, if they throw minions down and you pull them to the front, you could even zap them at that point and the tower and allow more skeletons to build up and just destroy. It just destroys the tower so fast. It's awesome. Hope you guys have a lot of fun with this deck. Check this thing out. It is so much fun to play with, and it's really powerful. Haven't fought a lot of zap-bait decks, and I feel like that's coming. I feel like there's going to be a big wave of zap-bait decks. We have the Zap, Electro Wizard, and the Archers. I feel like we'll do a good amount of control against that stuff, but I don't know. I haven't played a lot of them, and I was really expecting there to be a lot of them. I'm sure there's a way to use this deck to defend against zap-bait. We just need a little bit of practice with it, and we just haven't had the opportunity to do so. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate you being here so much. Your time is valuable, and it means a lot to me. You take some of your time to come and watch these videos. Hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to come back for more gaming with bare hands. Stay awesome.